Are you guys ready for today? Hey!
Hi,
Hi, Jay!
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good,
Oh my god, you look so amazing! You see the lights? I can see like a light and everything popping up from
Thank-
you. I'm so
I'm
excited
trying
to
not to
have
be
you
too,
here.
too over here shining now.
And your hair, oh my god, your hair is so pretty, girl.
Thank you. I think giving it a break with this quarantine has
I
been making the
know.
curls go.
I know, girl. Like I can't wait for like the salon and everything to open up. Like, girl, it's so hard. Like hair is
Yes,
not. But you're doing great, girl. I love your hair.
thank you.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to get back into doing faces. I miss it so much.
I know.
All the experiences bringing like
Mm-hmm.
beauty to people who have been not really started out in the makeup industry
Right.
and whatnot. That's one of my favorite things about the
Right.
job. But yeah, I miss it for sure.
Yeah, me too. Like I miss like the cause honestly I'm kind of worried. Like, whenever we get back, say for example, like the first week, our customer's gonna be like, oh yeah, come on, touch my face, or they'll be like, did
Right.
you wash your hands? Do you have
No, using the makeup, all that. I wonder how it's really going to be. I'm sure it's going to be changed drastically, I'm sure.
right, right. But honestly, I think people out there can't wait to just jump in. I'm sure they're excited too. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. Okay, Jay. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in the beauty industry.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I would say what really got me started in the beauty industry is from when I was a little girl. Used to be in dance, and I was always wearing like show makeup, so was used to it. And then throughout like high school and whatnot, I my sister actually gave me my first palette.
Oh,
So I would just play around, and I would do my friends' makeup, and then I started just like practicing some more. I was like, oh, this is really good. And people were asking me to do their makeup for like prom and
oh wow.
theater photos and stuff like that. So that's kind of how it started. And then I was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this, let me like continue to build from there. So then I was like, I got more training on it, fell in love with the skincare side of it on top of the makeup. And yeah, then I worked for, started out with Ulta, and then I worked for brands. So then promoted to Clinique with Estee Lauder companies. I work for Pure now, as long as with Estee Lauder companies. So yeah, just I think getting into it, playing for sure, starting with everybody, is how most people are getting like the interest, and then from there is like what we're going to talk about today, how to build from that. So
Right,
yeah.
right. It's so interesting because we kind of started almost the same way because okay, so I started as like I've always been interested. I see
Yeah.
my auntie, everybody doing makeup, and I'm like, I
Yes.
really want to do this. And I jumped into like business a little bit, and then
Mhm.
like I started like getting products. I just love the product, lipstick and
Yes.
everything. And
It's
then
an
I was like,
obsession.
what? I think I'm good at this. And I jumped into training. I'm a Nigerian, and girl,
Yeah.
so okay, so I did like pure
The
training.
best makeup techniques.
I
These are Nigeria.
know. So like I did a little bit of training, and I worked with different brands from House of Tara, and then I did Paris, Black of Paris, and then honestly, the reason why we're talking about this is when you're interested in doing something, I believe in going all the way, just like you started, right?
Yeah.
And the first month, honestly, the first month I got into the States, it didn't take me a month. I got a job. Like
Right.
different dealers was calling me, Macy's. They were literally because beauty is, I think, it's a big platform. Where people can easily start a life. It's easy
Yes.
if you know what you're doing and you're good at it. You're gonna get hired.
Mhm.
Honestly, and everybody was surprised. My husband was like, really? When I got to the
Yeah.
state, it took me like 5 months to get a job, like working in Target.
Yeah.
For like
No, I.
within a month, people were already saying, "Hey, come," because I already built my portfolio because I knew I was coming to the state, and I did a lot of photo shoots and
Yeah.
all that. So coming in, it was easy for me to get a job, and I've grown from there. I've become a manager in Macy's. I've worked
Hmm.
for different brands. I've been like a coordinator, and right now, I have my own brand. It's been a
Yeah.
beautiful journey.
Yeah.
So
You
on
definitely took on built like where you started. So I definitely think you are the what is it? The mold for how you should start and coming in.
Yes. Okay. So growing up, I know you did a little. You told us a little bit about growing up, but growing up, did you always wanted to be in the beauty industry? What inspired you?
Um, growing up, I would say as soon as I started getting more acquainted and like buying more products, I was like, okay, I could see myself doing this. And then I feel like around the same time, the beauty industry really started growing.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of was like a plus for me because I was like, okay, well, I see like how this is taking off. So let me get my foot in the door, just like how you're talking about. And then, yeah, I think just playing with the products. So some of my very first products that I've like used were Clinique, of course, just because you never know what's on your skin and whatnot. And then I was like, I need color. I need like, I need to play. I need to express myself. And it's actually funny because I'm not a good artist at all. I feel like as far as like painting and whatnot and drawing, but you give me makeup and a brush and I'm gonna go to work. And I just feel like it was the creativity side that really like got me started into it because I felt like I could express myself in ways, like I said, with color, even complexion. That really got me going.
This honestly, I love what you said just now. So, are you like a big believer in it doesn't matter what it is, you can do it. Even if you're
Yeah,
not like
for
a good
sure.
artist. So,
Yeah, if you put your mind to it and if you really want it, I think you could go get it, anything as long as you're determined.
wow, wow. I'm gonna share a little story. I remember when I was younger, like I really loved dancing, like the ballet dance.
Yeah.
And I would watch like from TV and I'll be like, try to like, imitate. And my friends will laugh at me. They'll be like, girl, go sit down. Like you can't even dance. And my cousins, oh my god, girl, like they will laugh at me. They'll be like, girl, what do you think you're doing? But that kind of made me want to work harder. That kind of made me
Yeah.
tell myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And girl, I went to like trainings. I did a lot. Like,
Yes.
I don't sleep at night. Like, I will watch shows and watch like when after like few months when they saw me performing like in a very big platform in the church, they were like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
so then they shot and then they'll be like, girl, we remember when you were just dancing like whatever. So that's how that's why I believe whatever you want to do and you put your heart to it,
Yeah.
you can do it.
No,
So
for sure, because I really feel like where like especially in the beauty industry, like it constantly is changing, so you have to like adapt and keep up, and it's something you always have to be refreshing your skills on because there's new techniques all the time.
Right.
So I would say like I definitely did not start out where I am today.
Right.
Like I'll look at pictures of my eyebrows and be like, no. But no, yeah, it was just practicing and you have repetition, honestly, like you said, just and telling yourself, oh, I want to do this way,
yes,
you can do it.
Girl, talking about the eyebrows, I remember my first. Oh my god, girl, no, you don't want to see that picture. I saw the picture and I'm like, wait, like I literally shaved off my eyebrows and then I did like a left. And then I had like a straight line, and I saw the picture. I'm like, wait, was that me or
No. Oh my god.
honestly, girl, like if you see eyebrows like those days, you'd be like, girl,
The transformation.
it is. And the beauty of beauty business is that that transformation, that new technique, and you always want to improve on yourself and just don't feel, oh, I know it all.
No, no.
Every month, and you're like, oh, I need to learn this.
Yeah, that's with everything I feel like in life. Like you gotta always be wanting to learn because there's someone that might know something different than you, and take that and run with it.
Right. Okay, so I have a question right here for you. It says, I'm interested in beauty industry. How do I start?
If you're interested in the beauty, I would say the smartest way to start is start looking into some schools look up how you can get some like, I know it's different depending on states, how you can get some certification in lessons. Like we were just talking about, you can always learn more and it's always evolving. So you might you might not know anything about makeup and wanting to just get started, or you might already have some background knowledge. But I would say definitely start looking into some schools if you're really wanting to get into it. That way you're knowing like, good ways to practice health-wise, especially now with everything that's going on. We were just saying how I'm sure it's going to be transformed a lot, even more than we know. So that way, and also just play, like look at yourself, actually take the time and just be like, oh, I want to do this color. I want to take red on my eyes today, and just start practicing. I definitely think that like YouTube and Instagram are really good tools to use as well. And they get you like creative ideas. So yeah, I would say those are some good ways to start if you're wanting to get in the business.
Beautiful. I've had a lot of friends and even some co-workers that started out like on Instagram, on on YouTube, and honestly they're really really good. Like I had a girl, she worked with me when I was a manager, and she will slay the eyeshadow. She is so good. But I noticed personally, like when it comes to like blending up the skin and getting that flawless skin, she was lagging a little bit, right? And I love it because she was like, hey, Helena, you are so good with the skin. How do you do this? I noticed that people can be really good like with the lashes and, because it's easy to learn that from YouTube. But some YouTubers don't give, like, they don't really take time to show you how to do that blending, because when it comes to skin, you need to know like the undertone. Right? Like the undertone of the person. You need to know the skin type. You need to know like, okay, she's oily, so you don't want to use something too oily, like a foundation that's too oily, because she's gonna break out. You need to know all that, the technique and the science behind beauty, or behind makeup application. So I that's what I'm like, if you learn from Instagram, is that like an excellent way to say, yes, I am ready to jump out there? Because girl, like when you jump out there into the beauty world, you're gonna meet different customers, different clients that dark skin,
all different ages,
and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I thought I know this. So would you say Instagram is like the most certified way, or do you still need that extra licensing to just to know and make sure that, yes, I am ready to jump out there?
I think, like I said, I think Instagram's a really good tool. I still feel like people need some type of like background training, because like you said, like even me when I was first starting, before I had my training, I noticed going into the industry how different things were. And you also have to realize you can't, just because it works for one person doesn't mean it will work for you and everyone else. So I feel like it's great to get ideas. It's great to promote yourself, promote your business. But as far as the training, I would still get some type of training when you're wanting to do applications, because I'm the first one to say, especially when it comes to complexion, that if you want good makeup, you need to have good skin. And so starting out with that, like you get the basics of how the skin works, how it, the layers and whatnot, how your skin can be oily, dry, and all the different ways to approach it. I feel like you don't really get those as much when you're talking to one individual person, because you're going to refer to what is based for them.
Right. That's really true, because I remember going through trainings that they don't just teach you the makeup, they're going to teach you like the skin, the skincare aspects of it, and you're going to know like the skincare. And honestly, they even teach you the tools to use, right? And also the business of makeup, because the business of beauty is totally different from the application. Because if you're like a freelancer or you work for yourself, you can't just jump on and say, oh, I do makeup, and then everybody keeps running. You have to like learn the technique You know, so
Mhm.
can you share a little bit of insight on how to, what are the avenues, like how can we, how can we be successful out there a little bit, like, like what are the platforms that I can use to start out in beauty after, after my training? What ways can I get customer to start calling me and, like, yeah.
Yeah, like the business side for
Yes.
sure of it. Well, like I said, promote yourself. You have to be, nobody's going to promote yourself as much as you can.
Right.
You just have to be your biggest fan in that way and get out, talk about yourself, brag about yourself when you're working on clients, have, give out your business cards, let them refer to you so that you are constantly having clientele, because on top of clientele, that's also practice. You're getting more knowledge, and every customer is going to be different. So you're kind of going to learn each different, you're gonna work with different skin types,
Right.
eye shapes, face shapes, everything like that, to kind of get you a guide to be more successful.
Right.
Use your friends. Like, your friends always want to support you, so
Yeah.
focus on them. I know with you, like when you were giving products, try them out, like tell me what you like about it, the feedback of it, because like we said, the application and the products are a lot different. So I could have this one lipstick and apply it this way, and yours I might need to do it another way. So just, it's really trying out, like I said, even researching like different eye looks on different eye shapes. I felt like that one was, for me, one of the biggest learning curves, because for me, I have such hooded eyes and I have to tweak a lot of looks, but like I'll get someone with like a I'll get someone with like a beautiful eye space and I can just do whatever it needs. So but yeah, like I said, try the same look on two different people, get yourself just broaden your horizons. Honestly, I think that's the biggest way to be successful, and never tell yourself you can't do anything.
Right.
If you try it, you already succeeded in one way. So yeah.
Okay, guys, if you're watching us right now and you have questions for Jade, now is the time, guys. So comment below and ask those questions, okay? Okay, so can you share like a little bit, one or two schools, especially for those in the state, like where do you what school do you think will give them that, certification that they need to jump out there?
Mhm. Um, I know two very popular schools, I would say, all over the states, no matter where you live, maybe even in other countries. It's going to be Paul Mitchell and Aveda. They have all different programs, from esthetician,
Right.
cosmetology, masseuse, everything like that, anything kind of like beauty health related. Those ones I would say are probably the two most recognizable certifications that you could have. But honestly, I think any certification is important because it showed that you took the time and
Right.
to learn the knowledge and to practice.
Right.
And at the end of the day, also, you're going to learn the basics through everyone. So I wouldn't stress too much about which school or
Right.
whatnot, just making sure that you're getting something that you like the people, you like the instructor, you feel comfortable, and you feel like you're actually learning something.
Wow, beautiful. Wow, it's been an awesome time with you. I have a little bit, not really a private question, but okay, so y'all, I know Jade. She is beautiful. She is strong. And the first time I met her, I'm like, girl, are you a model? And she's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, girl, I need you to model for me. Okay, so Jade, do you consider modeling, like in the later, future, or are you already doing modeling right now?
I'm not. I would love to, honestly. I think it would just be so fun. Like, I love to travel, love to do makeup, whatnot. So like, I think that if the opportunity presented itself, one of those things too is like, I don't think that anybody, you can practice to be a model, and you know what I mean? Like, so I would have to definitely get some practice in. Just like, I couldn't just jump off the boat and be Tyra Banks. But no, and like I said, actually, I think it was you that was telling me. She's like, you don't just have to be like a runway model. You can model like your skin, your, hands, anything. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. But no, I definitely would do it. I think it's one of those things I need to just like take the jump and do it, because everyone keeps telling me, you need to, da, da, da. I'm like, okay. But no, modeling for you, when we did the shoot, that was so fun. I had such a great time. And that's why I was like, I would do this.
Guys, I remember because when I told her, she was like, no, I'm not. And And when she came on set, she was on fire. Like, literally, I'm like, okay, wait, did you say it again? Because she was just like, just giving like you did great, bro. And your pictures, they're everywhere. They're like literally
Thank
on
you.
everything. And we're gonna do more stuff together, okay?
Oh,
Well,
I'll be so excited.
well, thank you, baby. Thank you so
Yeah, no,
much.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. So finally, do you want to just give a little bit, for those that are coming up, because there's a lot of high school, like high school students, or
Yeah.
that are just rounding up, and they're thinking, what do I do? Like we have a daughter here. I keep telling her, when you're done with high school, girl, do not work in a food place. Just come to beauty, because all the
Yeah.
free shopping and all the free food.
Yeah.
So what is your advice for those that, the younger ones that are starting out, and, just to round up and just tell them, I want you to talk to them right now, because I know they're watching and they can also still watch later. Like, what is your advice to those younger ones that are starting out, like what, just give them a little bit of advice.
Yeah. I would say starting out, especially if you're younger, try as much as you can so that you can make your own opinions on products, on different like materials, brushes, and things that you can use. Like we were talking earlier, like that might work for them, but it might not work for you. So definitely try as much as you can. Don't feel like you have to play it safe, because like makeup, you're supposed to express your creativity. So even if you're someone who's like a little shy, or when it comes to like with the makeup, you're just wanting to learn and you just want to do something natural, like every once in a while at home, play around if that's what you're wanting to get into. And I would say just have fun with it. At the end of the day, it's makeup, so it's meant to just be expressive and fun. So yeah, and don't let anybody criticize you. You're still learning. I mean, take it as constructive criticism, and yeah, run with it. I think everybody that if you're interested, it's so fun. Get into it, play with it, and you'll become obsessed just like we are.
Wow, thank you so much, Jade. I love you, girl. Thank you for
Well, thank you. You too.
Thank you.